How can we as a town engage young families, or do you see Ashland as becoming more of a retirement town in the future?
It's been so long since I've been young. It's hard to remember. I'm sure he's going to have a great answer for it. I'm thinking about retirement now, so that's a good question. Now, is that question saying how can we bring younger people into the community?
Let me reread it for you. It says, how can we as a town engage young families and youth in general to be more inviting or invited to the town? Or do you see Ashland as a wonderful retirement town in the future? I think there's probably two sides to that question.
Well, it seems like the question, I don't know if this is the question, but it seems like the question to me is how do we get young people more involved in the goings-on in the town? And one of the things that I think that we could do, if that is the question, and if it's not, whoever asked the question, you can stop me, but one of the things that we can do is what's being done right now, and that is to have young people, is to bring young people together in controlled environments. And I'm seeing more organizations bringing young people together and in the form of tutoring and mentoring and that kind of thing. As far as parents bringing young people into the community is concerned, I think that you have to have younger people at the helm. You have to have things that young people enjoy in the town. What do we have in Ashland that would encourage a younger person to come to the town of Ashland to live? You have to have that kind of a small town desire, I think, to want to be here.
30 seconds. I'm giving you extra time since I interrupted you.
Oh, okay. So I don't know. I think that you have to have something that would attract younger people. And excuse me again, but what that is, I'm not really sure. Things have changed so much since I was young, and so I'm not quite sure all of what they like now. I like the town because it is, to me now, more of a retirement town, but it's a safe place, and I think that would attract younger people.
Okay, I did add an extra 30 seconds on since I interrupted you.
Okay.
But it's a complicated question, so I'll read it again. How can we as a town engage young families, youth in general, to be inviting, I guess, the town to become more inviting to young people? Or do you see Ashland as a retirement community in the future?
Well, first I'm going to agree entirely with Terry and say that we absolutely need young people at the helm. I stand out a little bit.
Yeah, thanks.
I'm about half the age of the youngest member of town council, so I'm a little bit different than the remainder of the makeup of the town council. I agree that we need young people at the helm. There are some fantastic opportunities to involve the youth in Ashland, and it's one of the most important things that we can do as a town council and as a community. So, if you take a look at some of the things that are going on in town, I mean, we have the Ashland Street Parties, and those are some really fantastic parties. On the other hand, if you look at the makeup of the audience there, the average age is probably upwards of 35. Mm-hmm. And so figuring out ways to work with Ashland Street Parties to encourage younger people to attend would be one of the most important things that we can do. Not only that, but I mentioned earlier that it's important to bring arts and culture to our arts and culture district, because right now, you know, it's almost arts and culture by name only. And we really need to encourage arts and culture in that area. And by increasing the amount of artistic expression that we have, we're really starting to encourage youth to get involved. We can further our discussions with Randolph-Macon, trying to get some of those students involved with the community. There's lots of different things that we can do to start connecting the youth and the town, really making it a vibrant community. Now, as to whether or not I see Ashland becoming a retirement community, this is kind of funny since I was just talking about the retirement community in Green Acres. Why not both? I mean, the town of Ashland is a fantastic place for everybody to live, and we don't just have to let it be a retirement community that is dull and lifeless, and that. Not saying that people who are retired are dull and lifeless, but hey, I'm the youth candidate, so I am all about youth involvement.
Time is up.
Here for everybody. I'm here for you.
Faye, this is your opportunity to respond to this.
You know,
do you want me to read this question again?
No, I think I got it.
Go ahead.
I was about to be horribly insulted by the notion that he's about half my age until I did the math and realized he's not even half my age. My child is older than you. No, I think we have, this might be our most kumbaya question. The truth is small towns can't work if they're all older people, and they can't work if they're all younger people. The reality is what creates community is a lot of people working together, bringing their considerable experience and their youthful enthusiasm together. And so how do we accomplish that? I think there are a variety of ways. Some of them have to do with having fewer rental homes and more affordable housing for young people as they come to town. We have lots of houses in town that are nice entry-level homes that young people can afford to buy. They're not on the tracks. But you know what? We don't start out that way in many times, and so we want to make sure that we have lots of places for people to live as they start out. I think we do want to encourage more young people to be members of committees, to join organizations. I think we want the town to be walkable, so that folks with young children in strollers can get out and do things and see things in the town.
30 seconds.
But I had dinner with, as did all of council, with Randolph-Macon senior staff the other night. We talked about ways to get businesses to hire more Randolph-Macon college students, because if we want those students in our businesses, if the students work in our businesses, it's likely that other students will go to those businesses. And so we hope that those are strategies that can encourage that.